Alright, beautiful day. I made a video earlier in the spring talking about the current state of my lower body, specifically my hips, and the cam hip that I had, the issue that I had with that. Since then, things have deteriorated quite a bit. Although I'm only 23 years old, I feel like I'm 60 years old most days because, allow me to explain real quick here. What a cam hip is you have your hip socket and you have your femur joint, right? Everything goes in, moves nice and smooth. With goaltending, for whatever reason, this is very common in goaltenders, is that there are bone growths that happen on the outside. So say this is my femur bone, this is my hip socket, the bone starts to grow out and it ends up having a growth on the outside, almost like a bunion for your bone, shall we say. Basically, this is why I move the way I do in net. Play hockey anymore at this point in my life, I have to do a dynamic warm-up, regular stretching. All these exercises, it's taking me about 45 minutes to an hour to do top to bottom if I just want to skate on a Tuesday night beer league skate. Over the course of a season where I'm skating 5-6 days a week right now, that is one concern that obviously coaches would have that I'm talking to you for next season, and I personally would have about my health. I know what I'm capable of this game. I think everybody has to be realistic with themselves in regards to what you can and cannot do. And I think I'm at a point in my career where my game has never felt better technically. I'm understanding the game. I'm understanding what it really takes to be successful at any level. Simply put, my resume sucks, okay? And although I feel that I'm overcoming that by understanding the game and not seeing the results, with the current status of my lower body, which is now double cam hips, I have 2 partially torn labrums. The bone growth pushes everything out. The muscles are tight. The muscles have a lot of tension, a lot of stress on them, whether I'm on the ice, working out, squatting. Tension, the pressure has to go somewhere. So where does it go to? It goes to my knees. To put this into perspective, right now I've never had a concussion in my life. I don't think I have. So when somebody tells me they have a concussion, I don't know what they're going through. I don't know what they're experiencing. I don't know how that affects you on a day-to-day basis. So I feel like if you have never had double cam hip or you have never had any of these issues, you probably don't know. So let me try to explain this to you in a way that kind of makes sense. My hips and my knees can feel good. I can roll them out. I can stretch them out. I can do all that stuff. Once the tightness starts coming in and I'm having issues, so I'm compensating for my knees, I'm compensating for my hips. And if you've watched a lot of the videos that I post on this channel, you will know right away when I am and when I'm not compensating for my knees and hips, because when I'm not, I'm in control, I'm tight, everything is composed, it's a total complete package. When I'm having hip and knee issues, pucks are going on the net, I'm having a very difficult time moving around, and there's a lot of snow coming down here. It's just not a good time, and it's very difficult to combat that, because I find once the tightness starts to happen, nothing is gonna fix that except for getting off the ice, going home, and giving it some rest. So it's hard to understand where I'm at when I finally find the issue and I can't fix it. Now, this video isn't supposed to be complaining about my hips and all my issues, because everybody has problems. I have problems, you have problems, the guy next door has problems. There's going to be a day where this is going to force me to stop playing. Although I'm not there yet, I understand the day is coming. I'm gonna do everything that I possibly can to combat that. If you wanna be successful in anything in life, you have to understand the concept of everybody is going to face adversity. At one point or another, lots of kids quit hockey throughout their entire lifetime. Start to finish, from when you start playing hockey to when you finish hockey, I guess, at whatever point in time. A lot of kids in that time will end up quitting hockey, at least in my experience, because they hit adversity, they couldn't deal with it, or their parents didn't want to deal with it, and they quit, they gave up. They're quitters. I have a very hard time dealing with not being successful and not accomplishing the goals that I want to, so I will keep hammering and hammering and hammering that nail away on the head until I finally accomplish that goal. The goal may never come, but I'm determined, and that'll be the last thing that I do if I do not accomplish that goal. It's people who are persistent and people who continue to knock on doors and not take no for an answer find success in this lifetime and in this game. That'll conclude, I guess, the main talking part of this video. I'm going to show you the workout, the ice time, also the transition from here to Winnipeg, and then we're going to get back to the Q&As, because, well, we do Q&As every video. There's a lot of awesome questions and a lot of awesome ones to answer. As usual, you have a Q&A question, leave the comment section below. Off to Winnipeg for the workout and the ice time. See you after that. I've been waiting to get a shot of this train moving for like months, and I finally got it. Richard Cote, great question. Mr. Broken Twigs, did you get to pick your jersey number in Columbus, or are you just given one by the team? Hashtag Busted Twigs. Well, I've never in my life ever asked for a number. I mean, if I've been told, hey, you have choices of such and such, this is what you can pick, I've never said, listen, I want to wear number 35 or I'm done. Just take what I'm given. Like in Lundar, I showed up, they gave me number 1. I showed up at AAA, they gave me 35. I showed up in Arbor, they gave me 33. I showed up at VIU, they gave me 39. Well, they gave me 33 originally, then they gave it to the starter, and then they gave me 39 because I just suck apparently. I'd never ever picked my number. Goalie Mania, great question. What's the hardest thing you faced in hockey and had to overcome? If you've done it before, can you do it again? The hardest thing to overcome is adversity. So many people naturally want to quit. They have it instilled in their mind. If I'm not good at something, I want to do something different because I want to have fun. Well, for me, I've been playing hockey since I was 4. I've been a goaltender since I was 10. This game is all I fucking know. There's nothing in this lifetime I'd rather do than play hockey. Yeah, I have a couple bumps in the road. Things at VIU didn't go well. I got cut by the Bisons. I got cut by Birmingham. I got cut by Columbus. I got cut. A couple bumps in the road. They happen. Welcome to the game of life. Welcome to the school of hard knocks. There's nothing that pisses me off more than when I hear people complaining, oh, I would have made the team, but the coach. Few things piss me off as much as excuses. I hate excuses. I hate negativity and those kind of bad, cancerous attitudes. There's nothing that grinds my gears more than when you hear the parent or the kid that's like, oh, I would have made the team, but the coach, his son was trying out. Shut up. I had a career-ending injury and somebody bumped into me and I had to shut up. Oh, I couldn't find the opportunity because my parents could afford to put me in hockey. That is somewhat of a genuine excuse. Maybe your parents couldn't afford you to get you into hockey, but I truly believe, and I'm gonna get some flack for, if you want to accomplish something in your lifetime and you want to make it happen, you will make it happen no matter what. You will not make excuses. You will make it happen if you truly, truly want. Nothing in this lifetime comes easy, because nothing in this lifetime that comes easy is worth it. Tom K asked a little bit of a long-winded question, but basically all the iconic designs of masks and gear growing up as a kid, is there anything that was your favorite? I love the Nikolai Habibulin Bulin Wall mask, that was awesome. Jose Theodore with the gargoyle mask, that was always one of my favorites. He was my idol growing up, obviously. The Miki Kiprusoff, like the Ghost Rider Skull Dragon mask, that was awesome. That was one of the greatest ones I've seen. Also loved Andrew Raycroft's Toronto mask that had like the Maple Leaf Gardens and paid tribute to all like the old school Leafs goalies. That was awesome. By the way, not a big deal, but I had a bunch of Andrew Raycroft hockey cards that I really wanted signed by Razor. I sent him a message on Instagram and I tweeted at him both times, hey, can I get these signed? He iced me both times. I'm not mad about it. I understand he's busy, probably wants to get paid to get his autographs as well, but I was a big fan as a kid. I'm not upset. And if anybody knows Jose Theodore and for a way to get him to sign stuff, I have so many hockey cards and so many things to have him to sign. If you have the hookup, please let me know. Tails, did you finish Tim Hortons card collection this year? Absolutely, buddy. Damn right. I've got the master set for the Tim Hortons hockey card collection. Love collecting Tim Hortons hockey cards every September, every fall when they come around. McDonald's cards as a kid too. Those things were awesome. Carscape, if you could make any pad, what would you put on it? This right here. My boy Dan Cardona, he was the guy behind Goalie Tributes HD. If you ever watched his channel growing up, we're really good friends. He lives in, I think, just outside of Toronto, Mississauga. He actually came up with that design with my face on the pad. Tell me that's not awesome. I should do that sometime. Vincent Bordeaux, do you ever think you're gonna get a mask redesign? Yes, my current 960 profile is falling apart a little bit. The foams are coming out, the helmet's getting soft. I love my Kurt Cobain Nirvana theme mask, but I think that if I want to play where I want to play, I might have to change the design up a little bit to be a little bit more politically correct, shall we say. I'm not going to get into that. Something that is not as polarizing as some of the things that I have in my mask. Again, it's all Kurt Cobain themed, it's Nirvana themed. I think it's an awesome looking mask, but I would like to do a Puddle of Mud Wes Scantlin tribute mask sometime this off season when the new Bauer Profile 2020 mask comes out, because I'm told they're releasing a new mask, and that is my plan. Wim Tenger 8991, what are your thoughts on female hockey YouTubers like Jens95 and Alyssa Hope? Now, I'm going to say this right now. Last time I was asked this, I said I didn't know who either of them were, and somebody like shit all over me and said I was like gender biased, like all that stuff. I'm not gender biased. I think anybody making YouTube videos, you have the utmost respect from me, and I applaud you if you have the balls to be able to say, I have an idea, I have a vision, and I want to communicate that through video, through a motion picture, and share it on YouTube with people in the goalie community. I am absolutely behind what you're doing. I have no problem with anybody making videos in this community. There are a lot of great people. Wayne the VO goalie, Sam the Puck Stops here. There's just awesome people everywhere. Sam O'Neill 04, what are your thoughts on religion? Funny enough, I actually just went to Briarcrest for that recruiting trip not too long ago, where everything was so heavily religious based, it was Christian based. I don't come from a religious background, I don't come from a Christianity background, any of that kind of stuff. I'm open-minded to it. Obviously, if I want to play at a Christian school, I have to be open-minded to it, but I don't have any issues with religion. I think there is a God somewhere. I don't know, maybe in the same context as what somebody who believes in Christianity or who is Jewish or Buddhist or whatever would believe, but I think there is a God. Something had to have created all this. I'm not going to get too far into that, but I do believe in some religious theories. I'll end it there before I get myself too much hot water. Believe it or not, actually, I was informed by SidelineSwap.com the other day that the things that I say in these ads and throughout the videos, they are actually legally liable for some of the things that I say, believe it or not. You know, I don't think some of the things that I've said are horrible, but what I am supposed to tell you is go to the website. Sideline Swap has the best deals on Pro Return, new sport equipment. I'm doing these ads for almost 3 years now because it is the best website. I genuinely believe it, and I don't think you should be spending your money anywhere else when it comes to online except for SidelineSwap.com. See you in the next video.